Hey everybody, today we are going to be making some dupes for Hot Topic jewelry. I've seen a lot of this jewelry on their website and just thought about how easy it would be to make that stuff. So I figured I would try to make some of it and it worked out. So then I figured I'd show you guys how to make some of it in case, like me, you have an obsession with Hot Topic jewelry, but you can't really afford to just go buy every single piece you see that you are obsessed with. But without further ado, let's just get right into our first piece. So the first piece we will be making is this hoop with a butterfly and a mushroom. And to make this, you will need a mushroom bead, a head pin for the mushroom bead, and then this is optional, but I'm using a little gold bead just so that the head pin does not go through the mushroom. And then you'll need a butterfly bead and a head pin for the butterfly bead, an earring hook, and one of these little circles. I just got this from a pack from Michael's craft store. Everything else is from various places, mostly Doreen Beads, Panda Hall, Joann's craft store. You will also need pliers. I'm going to be using my two just like regular jewelry pliers. I'm going to use the needle nose pliers for the butterfly beads since I cannot use my one-step looper on that, but I will be using my one-step looper on the mushroom bead. You cannot use the one-step looper on these butterflies just because of the way it is shaped. It does not cut the wire down close enough, as well as I've had a lot of these beads break from trying to do that, so I'm just going to do that one by hand. Your first step is you're going to take your longer head pin, put the bead on there, and then put the mushroom bead on there. And then I'm just gonna do this by hand as well because I don't even want to mess with the one-step looper right now, because I specifically picked out these pieces of head pin because they were so small and they fit on there perfectly. There we go, I kind of got a loop made, and then I'm going to take the little hoop piece and just put the mushroom bead on the hoop piece. Okay, just like that. So you want your mushroom attached to the hoop. It's really not that hard. I don't know why I struggled with it so much. My hand ended up cramping up. It was a whole thing, but luckily that is done now. Now we're gonna put the butterfly on the eye pin, and then we're gonna make that into a loop and put it on the circle that is in the center of the hoop, and then close up that loop for the butterfly. And in the original jewelry piece, it didn't use any jump rings, so I'm just going to follow with that, not using any jump rings. So I'm going to take my earring hook and open up the little loop on the bottom, just like that. And then I'm going to put this top hole in the hoop onto the bottom loop of the earring hook. I feel like the instructions for all of that were kind of difficult, but I feel like it's not too hard to make, so I bet you can. So I'm sure you guys will be able to figure it out. But here they are so cute. I think they turned out super well. I feel like they look almost identical to the Hot Topic ones. The mushroom beads are probably a bit bigger, but other than that, I bet they look very similar in person. And then the next earring we will be making is this one. In the video clip here, I feel like you really cannot tell what it looks like. Yeah, but it is basically the same as the picture, other than in the picture it looks like a 3D silver mushroom with like a blue stem, but I didn't have any of those, and I didn't want to just use the glass mushrooms because that's what every other one of these uses, so I decided to just use these little metal mushroom charms I have. But let's just get right into the supplies you'll need. So the first thing you'll need is your charm. Of course you can use literally any charm, but I'm just going to use a mushroom to try to keep it as similar as possible. And then you'll need 4 jump rings. These are 4mm each. And then you'll need an earring back that is one of these, I believe they're called butterfly earring backs, but you need one of these earring backs just because we're going to attach the chain to the earring back. And then probably one of the most important pieces, you will need an earring post that has a loop on it so that you can attach the chain to it and the charm to it. And then you'll need a longer piece of chain and a shorter piece of chain. And you can do whatever size you'd like for the chain, so I'm not going to get into too many details about that. And then you'll just need regular jewelry pliers. But let's just get right into how to make this. So first step, you're going to take your shorter chain, a jump ring, and your charm. You're gonna open the jump ring, put the charm on there, and then put the chain on there, close it up. Now you have your charm on a chain, and then you're going to open up another jump ring, put your chain on there, and then you're going to put your earring stud on there. Okay, so it should look like that. And then you're going to open up your third jump ring and then take your long piece of chain and put one of the ends on the jump ring. And then put the other end of the jump ring through the loop that is on your stud earring and close it up. And then you're going to open up your last jump ring and put your last chain link on the long chain in there, and then put it through one of the loops of your butterfly earring back. And then you can put earring back on there to see the full effect of having the chain that hangs off of your earring and goes behind your ear. So it's definitely not as similar to the original Hot Topic one as everything else is, but it is still pretty similar in my opinion. Now we're gonna start working on this third earring. This earring is what inspired this whole video because I bought the moon charms and the butterfly charms specifically to make this project, and then I had those, you know, I made this to look like the Hot Topic earrings, and then I realized that I had some other stuff that would make dupes for Hot Topic jewelry. But let's just get right into the supplies for these earrings. So you're going to need your moon charm, mushroom bead, and butterfly bead. In the original design they use black, but I will be using this kind of caramely brown color. And then you'll need seed beads. I'm just using clear ones because those are the same ones they use in the original. And then you'll need 2 head pins, 3 pieces of chain. They should all be different lengths. One's gonna be super short, the next one's gonna be a little longer, and the next one will be the longest. You'll need an earring hook, and then a 4mm jump ring, which this one just depends on what kind of charm this is. So if your moon charm has an opening like this, where it's facing this way instead of like the hole facing you right now and it's facing you when it's turned sideways, you'll need an extra jump ring. But if like the charm can lay flat and the hole will be facing up, then you wouldn't need that extra jump ring. It's there just to keep the moon facing the right way. And then you'll need a big jump ring. This one's 9mm, I believe, and it's a pretty good size. Maybe a bit bigger would be even better, but 9mm is the biggest I have, and it worked very well. But let's just get right into our first step, which is putting the butterfly and mushroom beads onto the head pins. So for this one, I forgot to mention you're gonna need pliers for this, but that's kind of a given. So I'm gonna use my 1-step looper for the mushroom, but I'm just going to make the loop just like that. Now this loop is kind of open, and I'm going to keep it open because we're going to close it over the chain. I'll show you what I mean in a minute because that wasn't very clear. Now I have to do the butterfly the traditional way because just the shape of the butterfly does not work with the 1-step loopers. I always hate doing these because I always feel like I'm gonna mess them up, like doing these ones by hand, or like break the bead or something. That's why I got that 1-step looper. So now I'm going to be taking the chain that goes with each of these and attaching it to the chain. So the butterfly gets the shortest piece of chain. So I'm going to put that last chain link onto the open loop of the butterfly. Then I'm going to close that loop up. Okay, so just like that, that loop at the top is closed and we have our chain on there. Now we're going to take our mid-size piece and attach it to our mushroom. Or more of attach the mushroom to the chain, but you know what I mean. So we have our chain on the mushroom. Now I'm going to close up that open loop on top of the mushroom, just like that. Now we have our mushroom on the chain. Now we're going to take our longest piece of chain and a jump ring, open up the jump ring, put the longest chain on there, and then we're gonna put the moon on there and then close up that jump ring. So now you should have your 3 beads and charms on the chain. Now we are going to open up the jump ring and place the chain that has the moon on it on there, so it just looks like that. And then we're going to put one of our little seed beads on either side of the moon. Now I'm going to put the butterfly's chain on the left side, and then I'm going to put the mushroom's chain on the right side, and then I'm going to put the last 2 seed beads on each side. Just like that. And then you're gonna put the earring hook on there too and close up that jump ring. And just like that, we have our other earring. These are honestly so cute. So normally I sell my jewelry. I honestly don't think I can sell these because they are so adorable. I am obsessed with them, but we will see. They are a bit heavy and I typically don't like heavy jewelry. It gives me, well, heavy earrings at least. Y'all have seen some of the crazy necklaces I wear. I tend to not wear heavy earrings just because I end up with a headache, so that sucks. But let's just move on to our final project, which is the necklace set. Okay, so now on to the necklace set. For the supplies you'll need your 5 mushroom beads. I'm using red, orange, green, turquoise, and blue because that is what they used for the Hot Topic necklace, and luckily I had all of those colors. And then you'll need 4mm jump rings. I honestly don't know how many of these there are because I don't know how many I'm going to need, but you'll need a good little handful of 4mm jump rings. And then I have 5 head pins, 5 silver beads that just go on the head pins to keep the mushrooms from falling off, but it will just depend on what size mushroom beads you have and stuff like that. And then I have 6 star charms. In the picture it only shows 4, but I had 6, so I'm gonna use 6. And then I have my moon charm, my 2 lobster clasps, and my chain. So this bigger piece of chain I'm gonna use for the mushroom necklace. Smaller chain I'm gonna use for the stars and moon. The one for the mushrooms, probably about 17 inches long. The one for the stars and moons is probably about 15. Probably, I'd say give or take a couple inches, but I'd say maybe bump it up a couple inches. It just depends who you're making this for, if you want them to be chokers, just stuff like that. But let's just get right into making these necklaces. I'm going to make the moon and stars one first. So the step that's usually the last step, I'm going to do as the first step, just because it'll make the next step easier. So I'm going to take a jump ring and open it up, put it on the last link of my chain, and then put the lobster clasp on there and close it up. Then I'm going to take another jump ring and open it up, put the last link of the other side, close it up, and now I'm going to take the lobster clasp and that jump ring, put those together to close up the necklace, and then I'm going to hold the necklace up so that I can see where the exact middle point of it is. Looks like this chain link will be our center point. Okay, so I'm gonna take that very center chain link, put a jump ring through there, and close it up, and then I'll put my moon charm on there. Now I'm just gonna figure out how far apart I want to space the star beads so that they are evenly spaced out. Okay, so I counted 12 chain links away from the moon, and I think that looks pretty good as far as the spacing goes. So now I'm going to count 12 chain links in the other direction to put the next star on. So now we have the first part of this set made. Okay, so now we're going to make the mushrooms for this second necklace here. So I'm gonna take my head pin, put one of the beads on there, and then put the mushroom on. Now I'm gonna do this for the rest of them. So I'm just using these little silver beads because the holes in the mushrooms are bigger than the bottom piece of the head pin. Okay, so just like that, we have all of our mushrooms done. So now we can take our mushrooms, and if you're using regular pliers, then you can go ahead and do that. But I'll be using my one-step looper. And now we have our first mushroom. Now we're gonna do that for the rest of them. Now we have all of our mushrooms done. I'm gonna put the first one on. Well, actually I'm gonna do what I did for the first necklace and put the ends of the necklace on first. I'm gonna open this jump ring and put it on one of these ends of the chain. Put the lobster clasp on and close it up. Now I'm gonna take the other end and put it on the chain and close it up. And then I'm going to close the necklace itself so that I can find the very center. Now I'm gonna take our first mushroom bead, which will be the green one, because the green one's in the very center and I want to follow that as much as possible. So we're just gonna put our green mushroom on there and close it up. So I just counted 15 chain links away. So each mushroom will be spaced out 15 chain links. So now I'm gonna count 15 chain links this way. Now I'm gonna count 15 this way. And just like that, now we are done with the mushroom portion of the necklace and the moon and stars portion of the necklace. So that'll be all for this video. Tell me in the comments down below which of these things was your favorite, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.